Good
So,
morning, Tatiana. Good morning,
okay.
Tatiana.
Good morning. How are you both?
Excellent.
Good
How are
morning.
you?
Good.
How
So
are you
glad we
doing?
were able to make this meeting.
Yeah, I'm so glad. And I'm doing well. Thanks for asking.
That's wonderful. And you have a nice bright window in back of you.
Yeah, I do.
Yes, I love looking out. So I'm looking out a window, a massive window. I can see the beautiful California skies.
I know I wish I could just move my desk and face out there, but it's so big and awkward that I can't really, move it myself, but
I
eventually,
understand.
hopefully.
I'm going to encourage you to do that, Tatiana, because there's something really quite beautiful when you get all the wonderful inspiration of the lovely skies.
Yeah. Sometimes
Yes,
I just need to turn around and like have a little break and look out there.
yes, yes.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Tatiana, I'd like to introduce you to our lead developer and technology manager. This is Idris Tosin.
Hi,
Idris, please
Idris.
meet Tatiana of
Hi, Tatiana. My name
Nice to
is
meet you.
Idris. So, I'm a web developer. So, and I've been a web developer, let me say, for the past 8 or 9 years. So, I was actually a teacher before, an economics teacher, because I study economics.
Oh,
So,
cool.
I now decided to cross to design. So, and I've been doing great. I've designed for a lot of brands, and they are actually doing great. So, since I joined Serendipity teams, I've also been able to achieve a lot with their team. So we'll be glad to replicate the same for your brand as well.
yeah,
Thank you. I
yeah. Thank
appreciate
you, thank you, Idris.
You're
Idris is we've been a family now for several years, and I'm so grateful. He's helped us really grow. And one of the things that Idris is really good about, and he doesn't really, he's very humble, is his design. He's got a beautiful eye for design.
Ooh.
I love that, love that, love that, love that. Especially with entrepreneurs that that have a lot of uncertainty, and
Mhm.
they're not really trusting their instincts. So we say, hey, go with your instincts, and over time we'll build some confidence. Coupled with the fact that we are a mindset transformation organization, in addition to a technology company. So we build systems that support transform mindsets. And so the transform mindset could be, I don't think I can be as successful as I desire to be. And so we then go in using hypnotherapy and emotional freedom techniques to reprogram your mind. And then we create the systems that will support, a mindset with abundance and success as a target.
I appreciate that.
Yes.
I wish I brought my team, but they're like busy right now with current tasks. But I feel like they would appreciate that insight that you gave.
Yes, I am recording this session. I record all of my onboarding sessions so that we can always go back, reflect, and really to make sure that we are responding to the needs of our clients. So if you would like a copy of the replay, just let me know and I'll send it to you.
Yes, I'd appreciate it. Thank you. Cool. Well, I appreciate you guys meeting with me. Just to give a little bit more insight on like our agency to Idris. We specialize in addiction treatment. We are located in Costa Mesa, California. So we have about currently right now 27 clients. I am the director of SEO, so majority of the tasks that will be sent to you and your team would be to support our SEO efforts. And we do have a couple site builds that we just signed up for. I think top of my head, looking at my board, like four this month. Our lead developer is helping both departments, so the paid ads front as well as our department. And what we've seen is that, at least on the SEO side, that our tasks are not getting done as efficiently and as possible. So we're a little bit I don't want to use the word overworked, but kind of, because we're doing SEO efforts, but then also supporting with web development efforts. So anything that we cannot get done with our skill set currently, we would like support from you and your team. We are a team of, including myself, 5. So we have 2 full-time in-house girls here that are, I can see from the office, and then 2 part-time. Primarily, I think main point of contact would be myself, and then the 2 other girls I mentioned. They are an extension of myself. Let me see if I can bring them in here really quick just to introduce, because I feel like you guys would be communicating a lot. 1 second, just to say hi. Hi, they're coming in.
Oh, good.
I just want you girls to say hi to the team here. We have Dr. Gigi.
Hi.
And Chris.
Hi.
Caitlin and Carrie.
Nice to meet you all.
Nice to meet you.
Yes.
Nice to meet you as well.
Heard wonderful things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now the light. But okay. They are very, very sweet, very nice. They care about what they do, as I do as well. We definitely want to get the right service to the right people, support people with their addiction and such. So user experience is very important for us, and it's something that I feel like we are lacking, and we want to grow with. Yeah, that's all we have here.
Tatiana, you had mentioned that yesterday, the user experience part. And so I'm really curious to understand whose lens is that through? The end user? Is it through the actual recovery entities? Who actually is the user experience we're focused on, if that makes sense?
So on the SEO front, I'd say normally our admissions are either family members or people who are not currently using substance. But we're trying to get to people who may be using a bit heavily, and make it so that if they're looking at the site and need help right then and there, it is very clear where and how to get help, like call to action buttons, like, the design speaks to the user a bit more, so like more branding throughout the site, like consistency. It's not confusing with the navigation and such. Just a bit like more, a bit easier for the user to reach out to our clients and understand what the client's offering them. So buttons, I'd say, or like navigation menu. Sorry, my brain was elsewhere for a split second, but yes.
Sorry about that. I just put myself on mute so that to alleviate any background noise. So that definitely makes that makes a difference. When I reflect back on my experience in recovery, what brought me into recovery were my friends and family. They were looking to intervene as an intervention, and so some things that are coming off the bat to me is using some really strong call to actions for not only the person in recovery, but also the friends and family that are associated. And I would almost say that's the biggest one. If we can provide resources to that group of people, because it's not just necessarily one, it could be like a team of folks, because addicts can be squirrely individuals.
Yeah.
Yeah. And one of the things that I notice about an addict, alcoholic, not only are they squirrely, but they are interested in getting information fast. They want to know what they want to know right now. They don't want to beat around the bush. And so, I've been thinking about this for a couple days and seeing, potentially AI assistants and agents really working directly with those people to say, hey, what's up? You know, are you okay with yourself right now? Are you okay with doing another day of this, or do you want to stop? And so I've been thinking about that, and I wanted to talk to you about, because that could really bring them in and start potentially some pre-recovery services.
Yeah, I completely agree. I wish I could pinpoint exactly what it is, but I feel like we do need a little extra push on like reaching out to like that user and connecting to them on a more empathetic level. Don't
Yes.
know how that looks like, and I would love to figure that out with you both. Um, but there is a lot of opportunity for growth here on that front, I'd say, because it's definitely not something that is highly considered because of our high client ratio to employee ratio. That is something that definitely falls through the cracks consistently. We're kind of in a state where we're like, let's get this project done and move on to the next one. Never really go back and see if that project is delivering the correct message, especially right now with like AI and such. Branding and connection to the user is very important, and we're seeing that slack. Something to add as well: mobile usability. We Majority of our users, of course, are mobile, like most sites, and it's not something that is considered currently with our website development. Um, we build for desktop, and
Oh, okay. So they're not mobilely responsive.
yeah, and then we'll find out probably months later that this structure does not, represent well mobile. And but that's been happening for months now,
Got it.
um, which is very unfortunate, because the people that we're reaching out to are probably on their phone and need help right now, but then they can't really understand like on mobile. But if they go on desktop, it's probably a little bit easier to be received. So yes.
Yeah, they wouldn't even know what they're missing.
Mm-hmm.
That's
So.
a really good point. Um, so I guess what I'm also asking, since there's been a lot of growth and it sounds like there's been some things that have fallen through the cracks, are there opportunities to also go back to look at what's been done to make sure that it meets not only the data requirements, but also the privacy requirements, and then finally the user experience requirements? Are we checking the boxes? Are we meeting people where they need to be, either from the direct addict or their friends and families that want to help? And so I could see there being some opportunities to go look and see, did we actually build what we wanted to build?
Yeah, there is a lot of opportunity. I'd say on our front, our agency has shifted a lot with like the last couple years. I've been with the agency for 4 years, and it's shifted a lot my time, and I know even before then there is a lot going on. And then now with AI, we do have clients that have been around longer than I have been here, and I will admit that they are kind of neglected on like the website development design front. There's no consistency because of the shifts of developers, and of again going back to like the time constraint with employees and stuff. We're kind of like, well, that project's done, and we move on, and then we're not able to go back to these older clients to help them.
Are they on like a monthly retainer, or
Yes.
is it okay? So then there's funding opportunities to go back and at least do some peekaboo.
Yeah. I would love for my ideal situation, like maybe later on down the road, would be to like have every single site, their service pages, home pages, and such be like consistent with design,
Hmm.
and overall usability on mobile.
Yeah.
as well as blog templates. We do a lot of blogs, like at least every single client we have is consistently blogs like each month. Right now, the girls you just met, they develop their own blogs. So they write them, they do all of that, and they also develop them, and they do all the SEO efforts. They are very smart, skillful women, but we're not web developers. We're SEO analysts, so it's definitely not our number one skill. So we can get some help there.
Okay, that's actually sounds really exciting. That sounds exciting. Some of the things, some of the things we've done in the past, is we've gone back to, we have like an audit form. If there's some things that we know, oh man, we missed that in one of the websites. And then we see, oh, we missed that in another one too. So we've been keeping this master document of all the things that a good website is supposed to have. And so we routinely go and do quarterly audits to make sure, okay, we met that, it's mobile responsive, it's GDPR responsive and all of that. So we don't miss it, because it's so easy to get embarrassed, at the worst possible time to say, hey, your site isn't even compliant, even with accessibility, people that are blind or visually impaired. And one of the things we've noticed, Tatiana, a lot of organizations are becoming defunded if they've been if they've received any type of government funding, because all sites need to be consistent with the Rehabilitation Act. And if it isn't, it's just a really effective excuse to say funding's over, you're not even compliant with your e-commerce. So we can definitely help in that area as well.
Okay, cool. This is exciting. This is definitely what we're looking for.
I love that. Now, and there's something else actually that came to mind, after you brought the ladies in, and you were talking about that they do blogs, for SEO. Now, addicts love to read, they love to research, and I'm wondering if there's some ways we can maybe even include addicts' testimonies, what drives them to do their drug of choice. So we have it in a blog, kind of in an ecosystem where people can share their stories, their heart, their heartfelt emotions, in a way that they could be heard by other addicts. And and maybe we can even leverage people that have successfully completed the program to have them write, because they know how to write for another addict. Because none of that stuff is new. And it's nervous system regulation. Once we get people's nervous system regulated, it is on. And so maybe even including some nervous system regulation tools, within the site. If people are like, oh, I'm about to use right now, as soon as I'm off this phone, it's on, well, let's give them some regulation tools.
It's something that we're experimenting with right now. I will say on like the addict experience front, it's very hard to get that from our clients. So although that we do want to do that, our majority, I'd say, of our clients are already like busy on their end, because I would say our clients are also a little bit like small, businesses, and we have a primary point of contact usually, but then like the point of contact also is wearing many hats like we are. So we do the best with what we can. I think I did mention our last meeting that we also offer admission services. So that's quite new. I would say the last month, and it's skyrocketing. So we can see that we'll probably be expanding a little bit faster. And with that connection, we can probably do a little bit more outreach to like alumni and such. That's definitely something we just discussed right now. But it is something that we are considering a lot, especially
I love that.
like AI right now, it's like it values real life experiences. And when it comes to brands like this and healthcare services, so we will be leaning into that a little bit more. As for like how, we don't know yet, but it's definitely been communicated.
You know what, Tatiana? I'm so glad we connected. One of the many things that Serendipity Innovation does is we create AI agents and AI assistants. AI assistants are more of the ask and answer kind of bots, but the AI agents do things like people. And so we create AI that supports humans, not replaces them, not replace them. So when you're talking about the admissions, expanding to admissions. And so I would offer, instead of maybe hiring a full-time staff to do that, hiring a person, but then create an AI agent to do the admissions, to do the heavy lifting, of that person, to support them in doing their work. So you can use and leverage a lot of your staff quite easily with the use of an AI agent that will just kind of, once we create it and decide, okay, this is your role, these are the things that you do, then it will do that on a daily, a weekly, or an hourly basis. I created one as an example for my sales staff. And so my agent is called Sarah's Sales Agent. And it goes out daily and identifies people that she's going to communicate with, but it trolls all of her social media, any email, all the websites, to really do like a temperature check of what's going on with that person right now. What are they talking about? What are they emoting? And then based upon that, the agent creates an email that's custom written directly to that person. And then all she does is copy and paste it directly to the person. And then she doesn't have, she saves hours and hours doing all the legwork. And, that kind of thing has worked beautifully, in my organization. And I can only imagine, when we start scaling it, for a number of different agencies, wow, you can do a lot more with, some really smart, detailed automations in place.
Yeah, I really appreciate you bringing that up. It's definitely something that I see value in. Also, to be quite transparent, when it comes to like that expansion on that level, I wouldn't be the person to like give that green light to continue it. However, I am open to that, and if you could probably send me like an email that like offer like more about that service, I can send it to Dakota. um, as for this current relationship, right now, what I have been approved on is just 10 hours of like development support for now, but I'm definitely open to that expansion.
I love that. And so we're talking 10 hours per week, correct?
Yes, like,
Okay.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So in terms of the 10 hours per week, Idris is the lead and also the technology manager. He will be responsible for your entire account. And
Cool.
so we have a staff of several developers, but we like to keep track of everything. So we may have multiple people on the same thing. And that's just to make sure that, our I's are dotted and our T's are crossed. And so, and I know you had mentioned use Monday as your project management tool. We've used Monday in the past and have no problem using it, to maintain communication and appropriate project tracking.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we do. So before I send access to the board, Dakota, I'm checking right now. He should have sent a non-disclosure agreement. If you would like to review that, it's just primarily.
To Upworks.
Let me double check. He texted me.
We don't mind signing an NDA. We sign them all the time.
Okay, thank you.
But I'll read it and see, and then, but I haven't received anything yet.
Okay.
if something's
Let
been
me
sent.
follow up.
It would actually be easier if you can email me directly the NDA, because sometimes the interface at Upworks is difficult.
Yeah. Okay. Double checking. But from there, then we would provide a Nova Growth Partners email so that it's just presented better for our clients on the WordPress front, and then add you to our Monday board. Right now, we have like a separate workspace for SEO. So particular tasks that we're working on right now, Caitlin definitely needs support on a site build that we're wrapping up. So that would be the first project, just updating the content and cleaning up the site structure. So I would love for that to be done by end of this week or early next week, because it's been like a project on that we've been working on for like 2 to 3 months. And the
And
clients,
which one was this called?
let me pull it up. I
Okay.
want to say Huntington. This is Huntington Beach treatment, but it's a new site, and I can share my screen just to give you
Okay.
a little insight. Um,
What's Dakota's last name, please?
Johnson,
Johnson. Okay. Okay.
and then he may if there's anything that he might need support on, then I might uh send a task that he needs help on. But as a primary point of contact, then it would be like me and the girls.
I love that. I love that. I love that. Okay, I see the Huntington Beach mental health website. It's very nice.
Yes. So we are working on updating the copy. So like little things here that, like for example, this is something that the client, and I'd say like Dakota, does not really like when it's like a bubble. Certain elements like that is not the usual. These icons are a bit too large. I think they're the same size on mobile, so
Okay.
it probably doesn't look the best. And this is kind of like what a lot of our websites look like, very blocky and just
Okay.
boom, 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 which is okay, but we want to provide like a little bit more identity to each individual brand. Um,
Okay.
this right here, it should have like actual logos, and going through, it's cool. Caitlin is updating the copy, so what we would need is the new updated copy to align with like the site structure.
Okay. So will the content and the copy come directly from you and the girls?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. And so when you were talking earlier at that very first panel, I think it was in the hero panel, you were
Mhm.
saying Dakota and the owners didn't like the way something was appearing. It's like a bubble. I think at
Yeah.
that impact. Could you tell me, could you say that again using different words, please?
Yes. So this element, I would say the background, not necessarily the small text,
Uh-huh.
uh, is not really something that we like on websites.
Okay, but you still want the inpatient mental health treatment 24/7
Yeah.
structured care there, maybe without the shading and those formatting elements around them.
Yes, correct.
Got it. Okay. Okay. That makes sense. So kind of modernizing some of these dated layouts
Yes.
and
And then,
adding a little bit more punch and customization.
yes. Um, And then I would say, like, as we continue to work with each other, there are certain elements that I can like point out that we like. For example, we like a call to action of some sort, whether it be a form or
Yeah.
like verify your insurance, call now. Usually in the content copy, we'll have that, but visually we want it to like stand out, kind of like how this form is standing out a bit. We want the user to do something. On mobile, it may, I want to just look at this on that front. Let's see. I'm saying that, but I don't know for sure. Yuck. I mean, yeah, or like this would, it likely looks like that on mobile. Like the icon will be huge, and then the menu is like,
Oh,
this is a consistent issue that we have.
now are we looking at something in mobile? Or
No,
is it
just like
just on the desktop?
the screen size.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But yeah, so let me see. Dakota did get back to me. He said that he emailed it at Dr. Gigi at Serenity.
Serendipityinnovation.com.
Yes, Serendipity.
Okay. Let me, there it is. There it is. I got it right there.
Yay.
So I see it. It's on DocuSign. I will take a look at it and process it right away.
Okay, thank you. And then I can get the email. So you said that Idris would be working on our account. Is there like a particular, like, should I send the email for Nova Growth Partners to Idris, or would it be directly to you?
Send it to support@serendipityinnovation.com.
Okay.
And so we'll use the support@serendipityinnovation.com for all project related communications, and anything directly with me, like the NDA, AI conversations, can happen at Dr. Gigi at serendipityinnovation.com.
Thank you. Okay. Cool. Good to know. Okay. So our Monday board, I can show that. So this is where we're operating off of currently. We have this tab up here under content production board. This is where I would share with you, Idris. This ready to publish tab, as you can see, Caitlin is marked as the engineer and the developer. If there's anything we need direct support on, or if like we can't develop it on our own, then we would just change the assignee to you and then tag you on there. And we have a due date. We try to get written content done by the 15th and publications done by the 20th. Something I reached out, I communicated to you, I believe, Gigi, was that we do have a like old content packages that we're trying to shift over. So we have some clients that do really large packages that, you know, it takes a lot of our time. Like, for example, we have a current client that does 30 pages of some kind per month. So that would be like, right now we're doing like 15 new pages and then 15 obs, like minimum, or we'll shift it around to whatever we see fit. So that's taking a lot of our time. We're trying to shift out of those packages. So we're in like a growth stage of transition. This Monday board, for example, is relatively new as well. So then we have like the content draft, and then in the description, we have a schema markup here that we would want to be applied to the content, like the slug that we would want, title tag, meta description, excerpt, and all of the content itself here. This is a blog. We have like the content type. So if it's a new page, then we need like a new page developed, of course, and optimization. It's a page that's already up, but the content that we have needs to be slightly altered. The girls are very they communicate very well. So if you have any questions, then it would just be like right here, and you can tag them, of course. This is our AI agent, Johnny Boy. He's cool.
Johnny Boy?
Yeah. He helps the girls out, like staying on track.
I like Johnny Boy.
Yeah, so this is where we work out of. So the task that we have, I believe, I will probably give you that task through email for now, just
Okay.
like this beginning stage. So the Huntington Beach treatment task, I did already communicate to Caitlin that she would be I guess, primary or secondary point of contact for this project and give you everything you need. She knows everything about this account.
Okay.
So from on my end, at least for this first week and first task to kind of fill out the relationship would be getting you an email for Nova Growth Partners, getting you access to the site, and getting you the content changes and what we need for this Huntington Beach mental health site.
Okay. I think that'll be a good first project.
Yeah.
In terms of Monday, are you going to associate that account with support at serendipityinnovation.com?
Yes.
Perfect.
Cool. Okay. I'd say I am good here. I would like to, I guess, for like filling out I'm sure that we'll be fine, but just to fill out the relationship for this first assignment, I would love to like connect again and then just go over like the website and how it was completed next week. And then we can kind of just roll out everything else and like how we can gain support on like these next upcoming website builds. So
yes.
I'd love to get a meeting scheduled for next week if you're available.
Absolutely. The 15th?
Calendar.
Or the 16th? How about the 16th?
16th works for me. I have availability I have the same time available, 10:30.
Okay, let's do 10:30. Is that good for you, Idris?
Let me check my calendar and get back to you.
Okay.
Yes.
So 10:30.
Is it 10:30 PST?
Yes. Yeah, that works. I'll send out a meeting invitation. Oh boy. I'm trying to fill it out as we.
And if something happens or if we need to change it, let me know. I can work something out. Okay. Exciting.
Okay.
In terms of, were you going to say something, Idris?
Oh, can we start the meeting by 10?
Meet at 10 a.m. instead of 10:30?
I can do that.
Yes.
I can do that.
Okay, that's good.
Cool. Okay, I'll send out a meeting invitation for the 16th at 10 a.m. In terms of getting the details for Huntington, did I hear you correct saying that you're going to email that to me instead of going through Monday at this point?
Yes. So I need to create the email for you both that you can use for the Nova Growth Partners access, and then I'll put it all together. I'll include Caitlin in the email chain. Caitlin's a lot more available than me when it comes to like communication. So if we need to like meet anytime this week, then she would be a good point of contact for this project. And we can see how that goes. And then we can add you to the Monday board, I'd say during next meeting.
Okay, that sounds good. And so the email, I'll get the email, I'll share it with Idris, make sure that he'll make sure he understands what's being asked. If he's not, he should ask Caitlin.
Yes, and I'm going to include Caitlin in this email as well, so she's in the loop, and she already understands that she would be a main point.
Okay. I think that sounds good. How do you feel about that, Idris? We'll get an email with the changes. We'll also get the credentialed access to Huntington, be able to look to see what needs to happen. If you have questions, you can ask Caitlin from the email string.
Are we expecting that?
Yes. And so the expectation, so we'll get that today. Will we be getting that today?
Yes.
Okay, so today's Wednesday. And the ETA, the expected time to complete, are you expecting that to be complete by Sunday?
I would love it to be completed by then. I mean, ideally, I would love like Friday, so that Friday I can like email the client, but I know that that's like 2 days from now, so I completely understand. But if it's done by Sunday, cool. Like that's great.
Okay.
But yeah, whatever.
Okay. So we like to over deliver, but we don't like to over promise. So we'll target being complete by Sunday. If we can get it complete by Friday, awesome. we'll do that. And we'll know more once we get that document.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Something that I would say me and the girls value a lot is just constant communication on like delivery timelines. So if at any point you feel like it cannot be done by Sunday, if you let us know so that we can prepare and communicate that to the client and Dakota, that would help us a lot.
Absolutely. I think really once we see what that email looks like, and we have an opportunity to take a look at the platform, once we get access in, we can give you a pretty good date as to when we will get it done.
Good. Okay, cool. So we'll see how it goes from there.
Yeah, I like that.
Awesome.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Yay, me too. Cool.
We
okay.
did
it. Yeah, thank you both. I will send you the details in the email.
Okay.
After the NDA is signed, I'm going to just start working on that email for you right now. Get you.
Yes, I'm going to review the 12-page NDA. I downloaded it. I'll review it. So within by 1 o'clock my time, I will have processed it.
Okay.
With either a question or the actual signature.
Perfect. I was going to say, if you have any questions or about it, then Dakota would be the good point of contact there.
Yeah. I'm going to go in and dissect it right now.
Okay. Perfect. Alrighty. Okay. Well, I'm excited. I will talk to you guys later.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you both.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So what do you think?
It's great.
I know. So, I think this is gonna work out really, really nicely.
Yes. So there's one other thing I'm going to probably request.
Okay.
From on Upwork, they allocated 10 hours. So Upwork, they have 2 features. You can actually use their time tracker to track the time, and you can also record the time manually. So I think the manual recording will be good for us.
Let's do it.
Yes, the manual recording will be good for us. So
and record more hours. Record more, even though we're only getting paid for 10, because I want them to know, the effort.
Okay, no problem. Thank you so much.
Hey, thank you. Be well. Much love to your family.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.